I started doing workshops and doing groups where I'm getting up in front of others, like outside of the gym setting, and talking about resilience and perseverance and goal setting and vision and taking action. You should know what 1 hour of your time is worth. You should know the value that you bring to the marketplace. You know what your passion is. Starts with clarity of vision. If you don't have the clarity of vision, whatever next thing you get, you're not going to see it through because you don't have the clarity of vision. So the point of my pain was being told you will never run or jump again. And all that stuff, I was like, you know what? Like, I want to be able to take this even bigger. If you know why you do what you do, you have to know how to charge for what you do. That's how you're going to change your life, and that's how you're going to leave a legacy for your children and your family. You got to know your worth. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob, and I'm back with episode number 377 of Shut Up and Grind, where we're all about overcoming obstacles, defying the odds, and inspiring you to clear what's ever blocking the path from whatever success you want in this lifetime. So I bring guests on from all over the world. I've had guests from 6 of the 7 continents, and our show we're closing in on 80 countries. And it's all about you, the listeners. What can we do? What can we share? What stories can we share that can help you move the needle to whatever it is you want to accomplish? Whether it's writing a book, whether it's overcoming from past pain, overcoming current pain, current struggles. So my guest and I today, we're going to be talking about self-mastery and a whole bunch of other topics. But it's through the storytelling. Like when I bring her on, you'll see at the top of the screen, it says your true power lies in your story. And everybody has one. There's no story too little. Like it doesn't have to be this big, massive thing that you went through for your story to be impactful. So that's what I do, is I help people find the hidden gems in their story. And sometimes that happens live when I'm with my guests. They uncover parts of their story that they haven't even thought of when we're going through these episodes. So I want to, I didn't upload the card. I failed. All right, let me back up a little here. Hold on a second. This new layout keeps throwing me off. Where is it? There it is. All right, yeah, so anyway, we're all about overcoming obstacles. So whatever you've been through, there's power in it, and there's no reason to run from it. Like everyone that follows this show, just almost 3 years ago, I literally lost everything, the house, the car, all of that stuff. I walked away from my fitness business, like everything. And here we are 3 years later, and we're thriving, because I could have just stayed in that place of self-pity, but instead I chose to focus on the light, focus on my purpose, and dug myself out of that hole. And you can do it too. So whatever that thing is that you're holding on to, revisit it and find the hidden gems in there. Like, how did that thing not break you? Okay. So that's the monologue. So to my guest, this is Zoia. I asked her how to pronounce it too, and I still butchered it. She brings a no-fluff, science-backed approach to rebuilding identity, rewriting stories, and breaking toxic cycles. This episode is a wake-up call for anyone stuck in survival mode. Because Zoia doesn't sell dreams, she delivers results. That's a bold statement, and this is a bold show. So let's meet her. How we doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Robert. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm always good. I have no choice but to be good, right? Because life is too short to be anything else. So, right. Where are you joining me from?
I am located in the East Coast.
Oh, whereabouts? I'm in Rhode Island.
I'm in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Nice. Are you originally from there?
Originally, I am from Ukraine. I'm Ukrainian, unbreakable woman.
I love it. Yeah, I was going to ask you where that accent was from, but you beat me to it. All right. So let's dive in. First, I want to know what brought you from Ukraine to here.
I fell in love.
Ah.
Fall in love.
Okay. And how did you meet?
But there is a story behind all this. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because of what happened to me. And this is true. Your power is your story. It depends on how you look at it and how you will use everything that you have, even when you left everything. That happened to me. And I've started my life from scratch 5 times for the past 5 years. So, and I
Wow.
know about, I know how our brain works, I know how our fears works, I know what we are um, relying on. So let's dive in and let's talk about this. And I will ask everyone who's listening to us right now just to listen with your heart, not with your past experience, not with your past stories, not with traumas. Just listen with your heart for 45 minutes. Just forget about everything that happened to you and listen again with your heart.
Love that. All right. So, but before we get into the nuts and bolts of your story, how would you describe yourself?
I would describe myself as a woman with my own values and my own traditions. And I am the one who is building my life the way I want it, not the way the society is telling me. And of course, I have multiple certifications, but that is boring.
See, I love that you said that. You have your own values, your own traditions, and you're going to live your life the way you want to, not the way society wants you to. Because a lot of people get caught up into that trap to where, like, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Like, who says? Who
And,
says? You know,
and
it's like you're in charge. You're in charge of what you do. Like, I had an episode yesterday, and when we were done, you know, like we had a solid episode, but she said, I gotta admit, she's like, I was kind of thrown off when you showed up in the tank top. Right? I was like, because I'm sitting in a gym, I'm a fitness coach, I'm an athlete, right?
okay,
If
hold
we're
on,
gonna
hold on. I showed up in a. You see, this is what I. What are you
I love
gonna tell?
it.
What are you gonna tell me?
Exactly, I love it. I love it. No,
Did
because
I?
authenticity is everything. So when you reflect back on your life, what things have helped shape who you become, who you are now?
Robert, it's a really good question, but I will tell you this. There is no one situation that shaped you. What happened in your life, situations happen to you in order for you to look at yourself from different perspective, from different angle. Why and what for, exactly what lessons should I bring for myself, learn from myself from the situation that happened to me. Not like, oh, she's a bad person, he's a bad person, and how he could do that to me, how she could say that to me. Oh my God, my mother was so abusive at my childhood. Oh my God, my father wasn't there for me. And yes, we all been through all this. Not everyone, but each of us has its own story. And
Yep.
instead of sitting on that story, and when you're, I met so many people who are like in their 50s, 60s, but they're still talking about what happened to them 40 years ago. Come on, man. Be honest. You are super comfortable to whining and complaining, be a victim of what happened, not a builder, not a writer, not a driver, not a manager of your own life. You like to whine and complain. I have my own traumas. If I will tell you what happened to me, you will cry for 3 weeks. But
Oh God.
should I should I live in everything that happened to me? I left everything the way that it was. It was in the past. Yes, that happened to me. Why that happened to me? What kind of person I was when that happened to me? What kind of choices I was making when I put myself in that situation? I was abused. He's an asshole. He's an asshole million times. But for some reason, I choose that assault into my life. And for some reason, I stayed with that person for this period of the time, for as long as I stayed. But what I'm doing with that, I'm living, I'm crying, I'm living in my car, I rebuilding myself from scratch. And I would like to admit, in a foreign country, by myself, I had no one. Couple years
Wow.
from that, I'm starting over again because something happened to me, because I've made the choice. I had that specific mindset that brought me to that choice that put me in that specific situation. And it's how it's happening. And It's not about saying that, oh yes, we need to understand all those people, they're bad people. No, those people are assholes who bring some problems into your life. But sit down, cry a night over it, or get upset, or go to the gym. I don't know, get a glass of wine. I don't know, glass a bottle of wine. Do whatever you need to do, and wake up. Give yourself like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, depends on how big that pain is inside you. Give yourself some time and move forward, and all the time analyze why, what for, what is the bigger purpose of all these situations that happen to me, of all these choices that I'm making. What kind of lessons should I learn? What kind of values should I learn? What should I improve in my life, in my, within me? Everything starts from here. Everything starts from us.
Yeah, wow. So you unpacked a lot there, right? So look, before we get into the how tos, let's dive deeper into what you went through. It's like, and you can go as far as you're comfortable going, but I think a lot of people get stuck in that because they don't see that clear path out, right? So you said you were being abused and you kept coming back. Why will you keep coming back?
Because that situation, that was the, I think the hardest situation that happened to me. I was in a foreign country. As I said, I am Ukrainian, and the man I was hard in like deeply in love, that was like love of my life, and I pictured my bright future with him. He turned out being a monster, and I ended up living in my car again. I will say that again, in a foreign country by myself. And a lot of women who came for love in this country, who got married and met situations like I did, they didn't leave because they are afraid, they're scared, nothing gonna happen, no one will take care of them, no one will help them. Most of them, they barely speak English, they don't understand the country, how the laws are working and all these things. And guess what? Me too. I didn't know what the heck is going on with my life right now, but I knew for sure that I am not going to sit and eat that bullshit that he is feeding me with. I don't want to be slapped anymore. I don't want to be yelled anymore at. I don't want to, nothing what was happening to me. I don't want to be raped anymore. No, I'm done. And if I need to leave everything behind, I will. And that shaped me. That story taught me that nothing is impossible as soon as you start moving forward towards your goal. Baby steps, baby steps. You don't need to have, this is the common fear of everyone. They're sitting there in the situation where they don't like, and thinking about, okay, if I would have $1 million in my pocket, I would do this and that. If I would have like, I don't know, 10 grand on my in my pocket, I would do this and that. No, as long you're sitting on your ass where you don't like, where you don't enjoy, where they disrespect you, where they abuse you, whatever it can be, you will never change your life. But if you will start doing baby steps, you will see how far you can go. Even in your imagination, even your imagination would be limited to where you can get to. So, and I'm talking about the situation because I want to support a lot of women and men. This is really important. Not only women are domestic violence survivors. When I was going through the courts, through the multiple hearings to get my protective order, I saw men who was suffering and trying to get their protective orders. I think it's called restriction orders in some cases, from women. So this is, the abuse is international. It doesn't has a gender, unfortunately. So, and through that situation, I was crying a lot. I was scared a lot, but I was always thinking, okay, I lost everything, but I still have some resources. What I can do? What do I have? I have my car. Okay, can I make some money with my car? Yes. How I can make some money with my car? I can do the delivery. I can do the Uber drive. I can do this. I can do that. And this is how I started. Baby steps, step by step, step by step. And I was like, okay, I should start looking for a job. And I was working for Uber for maybe 18, 20 hours per day, because I need to cover some food, I need to cover my lawyer, I need to cover other bills that I have. And in that like couple of hours, so I remember I was coming back home at 2 at night, 2 in the morning, excuse me. I was sitting down in the kitchen, didn't even change, didn't like, sitting down in the kitchen and was applying for jobs. And I got a job, I landed a job, not the perfect one, but that was more safe for me. I'm not going at night and driving Uber. I landed some job. And from there, I started like, I was so hungry to the knowledge, to everything that this company, that company back that time, they gave me the opportunity. And I'm going to do fucking everything that is my power, even I'm gonna like above and beyond, to learn as much as I can, to use this knowledge later to apply for another job, to get better money, better company, better benefits, and all these things. And how it started. Did I meet any problems and fears through this path? Of course. I cannot tell you how many nights I've been crying, how many nights I've been screaming, how many times I was shaking when I was talking to someone, when I was pitching myself to a new job and new opportunity and all these things. But if I would sit there and say like, I'm not good enough, I don't have much knowledge, I don't have much, I don't know, experience and whatever, I would never get where I am right now.
Yeah. Let me jump in. As I've been taking notes. So, for people to have a pivot point, it typically requires some level of pain. Because you even said, how big is that pain? So what happens is people normalize the pain. There was a woman back when I managed restaurants. There was a woman that would constantly come into the restaurant with bruises, sometimes like cuts, scrapes, band-aids on her. And one day I brought her into the office and I was like, why do you do this? Like, why are you staying with this guy? Like, he's beating you up every friggin' weekend. And she's like, well, he says he's sorry and that he loves me.
Yes.
That was the answer.
That was the answer. And yes, and a lot of like those people, they playing with your brain, they playing with your life. Hello,
Yeah.
wake up. They are playing with your life. And if you don't value your life, no one can help you. And I bet you, scientifically based, she is saying with a person because back somewhere in the past, I bet that would somewhere in the childhood, one of the close people, either siblings, either one of the parents, had the same behavior. And in our brain, we have unconditionally that our parent, mother or father, or two fathers, two mothers, whatever, they are people that loves us. And if my father coming back home and slap me in the face, it means for me that is what love is. So our brain, when we are growing up, when we become an adult, our brain, mostly if we don't work with this, if we don't talk to the professional, if we don't have anything doing with that, our brain is looking for something comfortable. And comfortable for us is familiar. It's because our brain, it's like our Asian, something new, it's a danger. And our brain is playing games with us. It's like, no, you know what? Like, I am comfortable here. Yeah, he slapped the shit out of me, but he said he's sorry, and I'm not dead yet. And you said exactly, that happened once. She said this happened the second time, third. By the end of the year, when constantly that happened to her, that is normal. That is comfortable. It's not safe, but that is comfortable. She's familiar. If he will slap her again, she will put some, I don't know, makeup on top of it or whatever, and she'll be fine. And start with the situation number one. Something happened and someone broke the rules, that's why I'm saying you need to live your own values, your own rules, your own laws in your life. Know what you want, know how you want it, And if someone is violating those, your own rules, your own laws, it's alarm. You need to you need to rethink, you need to redo, you need to change it. And I know it's hard. Don't like, someone might listen to me, it's like, oh my god, she's talking about this so easy. No, I will say this again, this is super hard, but believe me, you can do this.
See, the question is it harder to change or is it harder to stay the same?
The people won't change until it's hard to stay the same. So they didn't hit that limit when they just, I cannot do this anymore. That's
Yeah.
why that that's why a lot of people, like, they doing same things day after day. They go into the job they hate, but just
Yep.
because it's really comfortable. It's but it's okay, like, tomorrow is Monday, I hate it. Okay, today I'm gonna have like an extra glass of, I don't know, my cocktail or the beer or whatever, just to numb that feeling, that, because again, it's so scary to change something. And at the end of the day, our body is saying, like, you know what? You never listened to me. I didn't want to go to that office. I didn't want to talk to that person. I didn't want to have sex with my husband because he abused me last night. You know what? You're not listening to me. Okay, I'm gonna give you some disease, and it's a cycle. If you don't care about yourself, no one in your life will take care of you. Not your husband, not your kids, not your parents, not your siblings. Unfortunately, it's a hard pill to swallow, but no one cares about you as much you care about yourself. And if you don't care about yourself, there's no one in this life gonna sacrifice their lives for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, and I know when I talk to people about things that they've gone through, a lot of it too is they put the blame on themselves, right? And obviously, we self accountability is a real thing. We have to look at the decisions that we made to get us in a situation, but
Of course.
you can't stay in that place. Like I said, when I ended up losing everything, it's because a business partner took advantage of me, right? But I don't say it that way. I say that I let it go on too long. It's like it was on me, because like when you start blaming this and that and this and that, then there's no accountability there. So now it's not on you. Like the responsibility is not on you. But when you say, right, I did this, I need to get myself out of this. And to your point, it doesn't have to be 100 things all at the same time. Baby steps, just chip away little by little and create the life that you want, as you have.
Right, exactly. It's exactly what I said at the beginning of this live. When the situation involves two people, like you and the business partner, right? That lady with the abusive husband, me with the my past my how close the best the ex abusive husband. Two people, and two of them hold responsibilities 50-50. He took advantage of you because he has really poor values. You let it go because you had a poor self-esteem, self-value, self-love. You just, oh maybe like you were believing, like, oh, maybe he's not that asshole that he would do this to me, but he's like, oh like this guy is like a little bit uh silly, little, I don't want to say stupid, but like he's like, I can
Yeah.
take advantage of him because I don't believe that we can make an agreement. Same with, you should take self accountability, right? But again,
Yes.
why? Because your values wasn't strong enough, because you didn't know your values, because you didn't know who you are, because you were replaying some, let's call it, game from your childhood. Because in, like, for example, in my childhood, I was raised with really narcissistic and kind of like selfish mother who were playing emotions and all these things with the emotionally absent father. Like I was, and now in my life, later in my life, I was looking someone to replace that missing feelings, that missing love, that missing appreciation, validation that my parents supposed to give me, or they
Yep.
supposed to teach me that my self-love, self-esteem, self-validation doesn't depend on anyone but me, because every of those words that I just said starts with the self. I
Yes.
I am defining who the fuck I am, and I am defining what are my values, and I'm defining where I'm going, how I'm going there. Of course, I need to have my values, not to hurt other people, not to, not it's different, not to upset and not to hurt. People can be upset with your choices and with your decisions. That's okay, that's fine. As long as you're not hurting them, as long as you not, you know, make someone lose everything and being, I don't know, you were homeless, you were living in a car, whatever, or like something like happened to me. You need to make sure that you are confident enough and that you believe yourself. Self-trust, it's a huge thing. Situation can be different. We cannot predict anything. We cannot plan anything. This is illusion. Nothing can be 100% planned. Yes, you can plan that tomorrow I will like wake up at 5 in the morning and will be in gym by 5:30, and I will have my workout, and by 8 I need to be in office. That's some things of the part of life that we can plan. That's easy. But if something happened, like for example the love of my life will betray me, what I would do, and everyone is so afraid, like, no, 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 oh my god, no, I'm not gonna think about this. This is childish, this is not responsible. So you need to have this conversation. Yes, you in your romantic relationships, you know, all this like unicorns and butterflies, but okay girl, what are you gonna do if god forbid something happened in 5-10 years? What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? No, he loves me so much he will never do that to me. I was slapped by my mother, so like what do you, I wish you will never face anything like a lot of people out there, but you need to be thinking forward. It calls adult life, it's called responsibilities for your own life. And if you are home,
Yes.
um go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say, like, before we hit live, remember I gave you the heads up that I was gonna ask you to describe yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because the people I interview on this show, these are entrepreneurs, they're business professionals, they're CEOs, and a lot of people could not answer that question. So
Mm-hmm.
we would go on the live stream, and there's a lot of wow, that was a great question. So I started telling them during beforehand, so during the intro they could piece together what they want. So for those of us, like, we obviously have our core values defined, but for people that never had them, like, what do you say to that person?
It's a really great and deep question, and I cannot answer with one word, one sentence, because those people, they are sobbing everything with their careers. Not all of them, let's be honest, but a lot of people, the people that you just described, they are sobbing, they are escaping from who they are, just to make
Mm,
sure that society appreciate and loves them. And what I would say
yes.
is like, come on, you're so authentic, you're so unique. You don't need to fix any bugs. And when you will discover who for real you are, you will be the happiest version of yourself. And it doesn't matter how old you are. If you are in your 20s, if you are in your 60s, please be yourself. Because I know a lot of people, women and men, who are in their 50s and 60s. It's like it's too late. No, I've lived my life like this, and I'm not sure that I can. You can. And the truth is, the uncomfortable truth is that sometimes you can lose people, but you know what, those people never were truly your tribe, because they made you comfortable for themselves. They made you to be the way, the version of you they feel comfortable to communicate,
Yep.
to use you most of the times. take advantage of you, of your sometimes money and everything that they want. So I know it's hard, but look into your go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and ask yourself the question: why I'm doing this? What for? Mostly because people are seeking for the validation from others.
Yeah.
They want to be accepted because, again, back that time, many years ago, some unhealthy person taught them that they need to deserve some validation from someone else's. You don't need to deserve.
Mhm.
You are already valuable. You are already authentic. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head when you said that people are escaping from who they are. Like that's what people do with the drinking and the drugs and the marijuana and all
And
this stuff. Like whatever the negative outlet is, it's like they need a positive outlet. Because if you surround yourself with negativity, that's what you're going to attract to yourself. You're going to attract negativity. If you surround yourself with positivity, because like you, when I lost everything, I started working like a dog. My first job was bussing tables. I didn't have a car. I had a bike, fortunately, and I rode that bike in the blazing sun, in the pouring rain, in the freezing cold. I did what I had to do to get around. And then once I started stacking jobs, I was resurrecting this podcast and starting a speaking business at the same time. So my alarm goes off at 4:30 every morning. And there were some days I wouldn't be home until 10:30 p.m. And like 5 straight days a week. I get a little bit of rest on Saturday and Sunday, but I worked 7 days a week for almost 2.5 straight years. But I built myself 10 streams of income. So if anything goes wrong, I'm gonna have others to fall back on. It's like I will never ever go through that again.
yes, and I would like to add a little bit when you said like when they are escaping from who they are, they mostly escaping from the fear and a lot like most of the theories saying, and I agree with that, that people escape into the through the alcohol, some drugs, and all this like things, behavior, right? Someone escaping through sex, you know, those guy and older lady that she has like every night someone else having fun, that is escape as well. A lot of people
Yep.
escape building like careers, and you know they becoming CEO of like multiple companies, they becoming billionaires and whatever. I know a lot of wealthy, really wealthy people who are not really happy inside. Money is not bringing them
Yes.
happy because they are escaping from something. And when that machine is already in, you cannot stop it. That's why you see the one, there is a lot of people that once he hit or she hits the success, she got to the point like, I don't know, first goal can be like 6 figures. The first goal can be she or he hit it. It's like, oh my God. And she got this like, I don't know, rash, adrenaline. Like, okay, let's do this again,
Like a
again.
dopamine hit.
The dopamine hit. And they cannot stop. They cannot stop because if they will stop, they need to face that they are exhausted. They need to face that they are do not follow their own values, that they have no clue what are their values. So
Yes.
we have multiple mechanisms. And again, I'm not against being successful, right? I'm not against if someone like want to have like some drink or whatever, that's fine, that's okay. But again, you the main goal of all this to balance, to be in the harmony, or like you cannot work like a dog 50 years or 50 years in a row. Like you won't be even able to survive.
No.
But as I said, my mindset, and you have the same mindset. You use every single source resource that you had bedtime. You said you had a bicycle. Okay, I'm gonna to the restaurant and do whatever I need. Same happened to me. I was working 5 jobs back the year when he kicked me out of the house. 5 jobs, and I was doing like whatever gonna bring me any penny. And there was periods of the time where there was like half of a Subway sandwich. That was the entire food for my entire day.
Wow.
That's it. that's, you know, take it or leave it. And
I
I'm
want
not.
to, sorry, I want to circle back to something you said earlier. You said you are hungry for knowledge, right? So when people are in that dark place,
Mhm.
it's tough for them to see the light.
Right.
And it consumed me for probably 6 weeks, because like I literally walked away from everything. Like my life was upside down. Like I had no
Yep.
idea what I was gonna do. And I was that guy that was trying to escape it. Like I woke up in the morning and just started drinking all day long. And finally it hit me where I was like, dude, at your soul, you're a competitor, right? It's like you're a competitor. This is just another level of the game. And then once I got refocused again on my purpose, which is helping others, inspiring people, and leaving an impact, and then doors just started opening left and right. And when I was in that dark place, when I was, buzzed almost the entire day, I couldn't see any of it because I was letting those problems consume me. So
Right.
yeah, and so how much time do we have left here? We got a few.
Couple
We got
minutes.
a few minutes. Yeah, because I want you to dive into some of your best practices to help people get out of that dark place and become hungry for knowledge.
Okay, it's a really good question. So when something happened to you like that, when you hit the lowest, the darkest, and you just drinking, I don't know, whatever you can do, like getting high, like I don't know much about the drugs, it's what people doing, but anyway, and it's really hard because that again give you like comfort. It is your comfortable level of pain, right? You numbing yourself
Yes.
basically with alcohol. And think about yourself as a newborn, as a baby. So you literally a baby to this life again. So what they do when they trying to learn this life, they just like eat and sleep, right? Then they try and
Yeah.
roll over like on their side on that. Then they trying to uh, um, keep their head straight. They learn how to sit. When they learn how to walk. How many attempts the baby will do until he will walk again? He will work. He start walking. That's why. Yes, you can wake up in the morning and to like, oh my god, I get drunk last night, right? Oh my god, whatever you have the conversation, I bet you was like so hard on yourself. It's like, okay, if it's really hard, give yourself first week, give yourself like every morning do like 2 3 hours 1 hour to do something that will get you out of there. Some walk, some push-ups, some whatever. Start little. That's why I'm always saying celebrating small wins. It's really important milestones. So first week do like 1 hour, 5 hours, 2 hours per day. Something that was getting you out of that coma. Then more and more and more. So think about you as a baby who's learning how to walk again, because that's exactly what happened to you and to me. And I bet there's a lot of listeners to this podcast that been through a lot of not really pleasant situations that they never wanted for themselves, but they ended up there.
Yep.
Baby steps, again and again, again and again, again and again. I know it's hard. I know it's unbelievably hard. And what the heck is going on with my life? I want to give up. I want to give up. Give yourself a speech. Talk to yourself. If you need to cry and if you don't have anyone to talk to really honestly and openly, talk to yourself. Sit down somewhere where no one can hear, even some random people gonna hear you, whatever, and say like, I cannot take this anymore. Like cry, yell, scream for hour, and then get up and try again, try again, try again. And when you will see little progress, you will become really interested, engaged, and hungry, and then more hungry, and more hungry, and more hungry. And then you will get to the point like, okay, oh my God, all this happened to me. Oh my God. Okay. Now, let me think what I did, how I did, why I did, what was my values, what was my goals, what was my steps, how I ended up in this situation, why, what. And that's how you will rebuild yourself. I don't want you to think that if something bad happened to you yesterday, tomorrow you will be successful with like 10 incomes of business. Straight, whatever you said. 10.
Streams, yeah.
Yes. Thank you. No, it take time. It take time. It took me, and again, 2025 played the best, the worst joke on me, you know. But I'm saying the best because it's the best. I've learned so much new about myself, and I'm praying to God. I'm not religious, but in those moments, I'm praying to God, whatever, whoever, help me, please, because 2025 knocked me out, like took the ground under my knee, you know, like I got lost again, but I keep going. And if I will look in my phone and open my gallery once a week, I bet maybe sometimes I had this video of myself. I recorded myself on purpose just to see what I've been through and to analyze it. If I will open that every week, I have this hard breakdown, nervous breakdown, whatever you can call it. I was crying, screaming, but the only thing I was letting go that pain. I was letting go that frustration. I was letting
Yes.
that I don't know what to do anymore. Like I've tried this and I've tried that, and it's nothing is working. But I looked in myself in the video. I looked in my eyes. It's like, Zoya, please, I beg you, don't give up. You're gonna make it. You don't know it yet, but you're gonna make it. Never give up. I beg you. That was the only thing that kept me going for the 2025. And I still don't know what I expect, but I beg myself to keep going. I know it's hard, but if you will stop, you will stop.
I was very passionate. Very passionate. I want to get your thoughts on this before you have to go. So one thing I say when I give talks is like I'll go around the room and I said, "Would you let someone disrespect you to your face?" Like no. Like would you let someone tell you that you can't do something? They're like no. Like and just go right around the room. Then I'm like, then why do people do it to themselves? You know, like
Okay,
people. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for bringing it. I have this beautiful practice. Simple, the simplest you can imagine. So if you can take your photo as when you are a kid, the photo of yourself when you are a kid. And if you don't, just imagine yourself as a kid. Or if you have kids, imagine that your 5 years old son came to you and said, like, Dad, I've did this 10 attempts and I still didn't get it. I'm a ugly person. I'm nothing. So what would you say to your 5 years old son or your 5 years older who you see that trying so hard? She's learning over and over this life. What would you say to her? Oh, you are an idiot and you no. So exactly. So I have, let me show you. No, I won't show you. I don't have time for that.
Okay.
I have the photo of me as a baby. And every time it's something, I'm looking into her eyes and I'm saying like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, baby. You don't know it yet, but you're gonna make it. I promise you. And when you look at yourself as a baby, you will never be able to bullshit yourself and go hard yourself and abuse yourself. Because when you talk badly and poorly about yourself to yourself, hello, you're abusing yourself. And then you're wondering why people disrespect you because you don't respect yourself. Everything coming within.
Absolutely. Quickly, let people know where they can find you, and if you have anything you got going on or anything else you want to share.
I have a website. It's you can, if you want, you can schedule one-on-one with me. I have a website. It's zyelitewoman.com. Easy as that. And yeah, and currently I don't have any courses. Nothing is going on now. I'm just on 101 if you want.
All right, sounds good. Well, I know you got to go, so thank you for taking the time to coming out. Your contact information is in the description already, so people will have easy access. And if you want to come in and join one of my panels, let me know, and I'll reach out when I do them.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Shut Up and Grind. We hope you've gotten some useful and practical information from this show. Robert has over 20 years experience pouring his knowledge and expertise at many events in the service and fitness industry, as well as secondary schools and universities. He has a true passion for helping others break through the barriers that are holding them back. To book Robert B. Foster to speak or to reach out, go to robertbfoster.com. Till next time, shut up and grind.